On Roseanne Season 5, Episode 13, Crime and Punishment, Roseanne discovers that her sister Jackie is being physically abused by her boyfriend.
He's been under a lot of pressure lately. There's no work. And I told him that he should look for a job at a bigger company, and he told me that I didn't believe in him, and he told me a million times when he gets in a mood like that I should just walk away, and I didn't. I just kept pushing him and pushing him.
Don't say any more.
Would you believe me if I told you that this episode is actually really funny? That's what I want to talk about in this video, the way that Roseanne balances comedy with dramatic storytelling. They do it in a way that has been rarely duplicated, and it kind of changes the way that I think about sitcoms in general. We're going to briefly analyze a couple of scenes from Roseanne and then compare it to another popular show that I genuinely enjoy but don't think is as good. Hi, I'm T1J.
Follow me.
And before anyone brings it up in the comments, I know Roseanne Barr has been on some weird shit for a long time. But let's ignore that for now. Let's pretend it's the 1990s and we're watching Roseanne, a landmark show that shined a compassionate but brutally honest light on the struggles of working class Americans. And it managed to achieve this while still being genuinely funny. The scene where Roseanne finds out about Jackie's abuse is near the end of the episode, and it's actually pretty unexpected. The episode is fairly light before that. Plus, Jackie's boyfriend Fisher was always shown in previous episodes to be a pretty nice guy, which, by the way, is a pretty spot-on commentary about how abusive behavior often goes undetected by everyone except the person being abused. Even so, this dramatic scene doesn't feel out of place when it happens. The show slowly builds up to it throughout the episode. But the interesting part is that they did this using comedy.
The evil pinhead was in my room again. I locked my door, but he must have gotten in through the bathroom.
I didn't do anything.
So, how's the job front for you, Fisher man?
What, are you kidding? This is a rotten time to be a freelance artist. I'm down to working a couple days a week.
What's up? Oh, man. DJ got caught with obscene reading material at school today. They want somebody to come down. I'll bet it was one of my playboys. Oh, man, I should have hit him better.
So, where'd you hide him?
I don't know. I can't find him.
Every time I ask you to do anything, you're always busy with Fisher.
Don't do this to me. You know I have a boyfriend now. It takes up a lot of my time.
I never would have moved in with no guy so damn fast.
Maybe you wouldn't, but this isn't you, it's me. And there's a real easy way to tell us apart. You, me. You, me.
Hey, I don't know where DJ got this, but you can be sure we don't allow things like this in our house. This is not the way we raise our children. Where did you get this?
Darlene made it.
You were very, very mean to me and hurt my feelings today, and I'm not sure that I even want to talk to you yet.
I came here to apologize. I have been blowing you off a lot lately, and there's no excuse for it. I'm a selfish, rotten person, and I'm sorry.
Is that it?
Roseanne, what's my comic book doing down here?
DJ got caught with it at school today. We have to talk.
That's it. Hire a hearse, pick out a plot. DJ! It's over, rat boy. Close the door. Close the door. What happened to Aunt Jackie?
Well, some say environment, but I think she's born that way.
No, I mean, was she like in an accident or something?
No? Why?
I saw her upstairs and her back's all bruised up.
The lead up to Darlene discovering Jackie's bruises is done through a seamless combination of dramatic and comedic situations, and it's a pretty clever bait and switch. Like, we're led to believe the episode is going to be about Darlene's rivalry with her little brother DJ, but then it takes a turn. But if you go back from the beginning and watch again, the warning signs are there. We see Fisher losing his temper at the poker game.
Hey, Fisher, chill. We're just playing for fun.
No. I mean, this is just one more thing. I mean, no matter what I do, I can't catch a break.
Well, here. Now you're ahead for tonight.
Hey, go to hell! Sorry. I gotta take a breather.
And we also see how defensive Jackie is once Roseanne questions her relationship.
You better take a long, hard look at yourself, Roseanne. Because if you are this obsessed with my life, there is obviously something missing from yours.
Just figure that out.
The fact that I love sitcoms is probably the main thing you know about me at this point, but this is why. They make you laugh, which obviously feels good, and every now and then they sneak up on you with something real. And I kind of love all of them. The old ones, the new ones, the animated ones, the ones that are for kids, the ones that are definitely not for kids.
You pull their asshole open, step into their asshole, close the door behind you, take a spray paint can, right? Larry was here.
What can I say? I love comedy, and I love situations. Now, even though I love all of them, I can obviously acknowledge that some of them are better than others. Some of them, like Roseanne, I would say are groundbreaking works of art, while others are definitely cringy and uninspired. Did you know they made a pilot for a sitcom version of Clerks without the involvement of Kevin Smith? It's real bad.
Not even trying.
Now, just like anything else, people have their opinions and hot takes about which shows are and aren't funny and for what reason. Like, for example, I love the show Friends, but many of you have told me how much you hate that show. And to be fair, I have heard the opinion that all shows with laugh tracks are inherently inferior to those without them, which I guess is an opinion you're allowed to have, but really 100% of multi-camera shows are bad. That's the take? To me, it's kind of weird to criticize a show because of the limitations of the format. It's kind of like saying, I didn't really like Wicked. There's too many songs. How am I supposed to enjoy this? I can't see any of the characters. That's also why I think it's actually inappropriate to directly compare multi-camera sitcoms to single-camera sitcoms. It's like comparing a play to a movie. They're two different things. I don't want to get too deep into this particular point. Nathan Zed already covered this 4 years ago.
I like how people just say, it's insulting my intelligence. How dare they tell me when to laugh? They're trying to manipulate me. Everything is trying to manipulate you. When sad music makes you sad, manipulate it. When you thought a joke was gonna end one way and it ended another way, manipulate it. When a character dies and it makes you cry, manipulate it.
But I have to admit, my position on this has been evolving over time, due in large part to watching good multi-camera sitcoms like Roseanne. Let me explain. I mentioned Friends earlier. Let's watch a clip from that show. And Friends is pretty goofy, so I intentionally picked a more dramatic episode for a fairer comparison to Roseanne. It's a pretty famous episode.
Hey, the important thing is she meant nothing to me.
And yet she was worth jeopardizing our relationship!
Look, I didn't think there was a relationship to jeopardize. I thought we were broken up.
We were on a break.
That, for all I knew, could last forever. That, to me, is a break up.
You think you're gonna get out of this on a technicality?
Look, I'm not trying to get out of anything, okay? I thought our relationship was dead.
Well, you sure had a hell of a time at the wake.
You know what? I don't think we should listen to this anymore.
What are you doing? We can't go out there.
Why not? I'm hungry.
Because they'll know we've been listening. God, and to have to hear about it from Gunther!
Come on, like I wanted him to tell you, I ran all over the place trying to make sure that didn't happen.
Oh, that is so sweet. I think I'm falling in love with you all over again.
You know what? I think we can go out there. I mean, they have more important things to worry about.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Look, Rachel, I wanted to tell you. I thought I should. I did, and then Chandler and Joey convinced me not to.
Wax the door shut. We're never leaving up.
So there are a lot of jokes in this scene, but not much happens to push the actual story forward. We don't learn anything new. In fact, everything that they're arguing about has already been covered in this episode. We don't get any new insights into the characters or even much plot. There's obviously some storytelling here. It's a pretty pivotal scene within the context of the entire series, but as far as this episode goes, this scene is just another vehicle for telling jokes. Friends and a lot of other sitcoms do this a lot. They kind of separate the jokes from the story, and we have to wait until they're done with the jokes to get to the next beat of the story.
Rose, you had sex with another woman.
Oh my God.
Oh, I knew something had to be wrong because my fingernails did not grow at all yesterday.
Now let's watch a scene from that Roseanne episode. And this is cool. I actually never noticed this until recently. After Roseanne finds out about Fisher, you can see her make eye contact with Dan, her husband, basically non-verbally telling him to go and have a talk with Fisher. This alone tells you a lot about the relationship between Roseanne and Dan. Like, they fully understand each other. Okay, so this clip is right after that.
We just should go to the hospital and get you checked out.
It's too humiliating. Roseanne will ask all kinds of questions. I don't want everybody talking about it.
Okay, well, we'll go to the hospital in Elgin. Nobody knows us there. We can make up names and stuff. I'll be Wilma and you can be Betty.
Hey.
Hey.
Where'd you go?
Oh, thought I'd go get some dinner. I got your favorite. I told him to just fry up the skin. None of that pesky chicken to get in the way.
Also, we'll eat some of it in the car on the way to the hospital.
Roseanne.
Come on, let's go get ready. So, did you see Fisher? Oh my God, you didn't kill him and then go buy chicken, did you?
No, I bought the chicken first.
I thought you were just gonna go over there and scare him.
Well, it started out that way.
What'd he say?
Well, if I remember correctly, ouch, ouch, my head. Something along those lines.
And you could put some alcohol on that.
Good idea.
There's actually just about as many jokes in that Roseanne scene as there is in the Friends scene. I counted. Just like any other sitcom, jokes are still the main idea on Roseanne, even the heavy episodes. Yet all of the jokes feel natural. They feel like something someone might have actually said in that situation, and not so much like the writers killing time. Roseanne makes the Wilma and Betty joke, but you can absolutely imagine her doing that to try and make her sister feel a little bit better in this shitty situation. And Dan's joking around even though he just beat somebody up, but it makes sense because he's not ashamed of what he did. He defended the honor of his sister-in-law and he's proud of it. He's kind of feeling himself right now. The jokes enhance the story and help us understand how the characters really feel. I think Roseanne is just a more masterfully written show. They are able to tell these heavy stories in a realistic way, all while still throwing out half a dozen jokes every minute. And listen, Friends is by its nature a much goofier show than Roseanne is, and that's fine, but I want to emphasize that it's not just because of that. Here's a much lighter scene from Roseanne.
Jeez, why can't DJ clean his own room? God, what a pig! How's Aunt Jackie gonna stand sleeping in here? What is this?
Well, I think that's his underwear back.
Ew!
Where am I supposed to put this junk?
I don't know, just shove it under the bed.
What are these? Oh my God! What? It's a box full of little heads.
In just this short scene, we learn that this is DJ's room and that Darlene and Becky have to clean it so that Jackie can sleep there. We also learn that DJ is messy and maybe a little bit disturbed. And this is all information we need to know for the story of this episode. And it's told through comedy. The jokes feel natural and they help tell the story rather than slowing it down in order to reach a punchline. This show is really good at doing that. The way Friends is written is a choice. And it's a choice, by the way, that was very lucrative for the people who made that show. As much as I've heard people say this show is overrated, it is still one of the all-time most beloved shows ever made. I think they're okay with their choices. People should make their shows however they want to make them. I'm not saying that all shows should be written like Roseanne, but I do think that what Roseanne accomplishes is more difficult to do, and thus, in my opinion, also more impressive. What do you think? That's pretty much the video. There's just a quick thing that I was thinking about recently. I was watching some episodes of Roseanne and just remember remembering how good it is. For the most part, there's that weird 9th season where they all get rich. I don't know what was going on there. Couple things before I let you go. I used to survey my audience every year just to get to know you guys a little bit better. So I'm bringing that back. If you've got about 10 to 30 minutes, consider filling out my audience survey. There's a link in the description. Also, I have a free Discord server for our community. If you just want a friendly place to chill and have conversations, that's also in the description as well. I also want to let you know that I do have a Patreon if you want to support this channel. You can watch all of the videos ad-free over there. Also, I write a short blog post for every video where I just give background info about the video and just where my head was at while making it. If that sounds interesting, there should be a link on the screen. And finally, if you want to see another video where I nerd out about an old sitcom, YouTube is probably recommending one to you right now. So check that out. Bye bye.